Well, hello, and welcome to another day of learning. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history, one event at a time, not only from the US, but also from around the world, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 1519 when Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan departed from Sanlúcar de Barrameda, Spain, on a quest to circumnavigate the globe. Although he died during the voyage, the expedition achieved its goal. Now, in 1761 is when the Portuguese Jesus Gabriel Malganda was burned to death for his involvement in the conspiracy of the Tavares. 31 years later, in 1792, the French Legislative Assembly was replaced by the National Convention, marking the formal beginning of the First Republic. In 1854, the British and French forces defeated the Russians at the Battle of the Alma, a victory that left the Russian naval base of Sevastopol vulnerable and endangered the entire Russian position in the Crimean War. On this day in 1870, Italian troops occupied Rome, leading to the eventual incorporation of Rome to the Kingdom of Italy and the limiting papal government authority to the Vatican itself and a small district around it. 16 years later, in 1886, the South African city of Johannesburg was founded. 1939 is when German military officers arrived in Moscow to decide upon the method of partitioning Poland. In 1946, delayed because of World War II, the first Cannes Film Festival began, and it became one of the cinema's major annual event. 1952 is when UN truce delegations in Korea took their 8th consecutive 7-day recess. 1973, in much publicized Battle of Sexes tennis match, Billie Jean King defeated Bobby Regis. 2 years before the turn of the century, in 1988, American professional baseball player Cal Ripken Jr. ended his streak of 2,632 consecutive games played. 11 years after the turn of the century, in 2011, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, a U.S. military policy that theoretically lifted a ban on homosexuals in the armed forces, provided that individuals keep their sexuality private, officially ended. In 2017, Hurricane Maria struck Puerto Rico, causing more than $90 billion in damages, and, according to government officials, nearly 3,000 deaths. Now, let's head over to the animal kingdom for our 39th animal fact. More than half of all pigs in the world are kept by farmers in China. There are over 440 million pigs in China. The United States, in comparison, has a mere 73 million pigs. Now, let's head over to the science lab for our 39th science fact. Hippos can't swim. Cannot. Hippos really do have big bones. So big and dense, in fact, that they're barely buoyant at all. They don't swim and instead perform a slow motion gallop on the riverbed or on the seafloor. In fact, hippos can even sleep underwater, thanks to a built-in reflex that allows them to bob up, take a breath, and sink back down without waking. I don't know how to take that. And with that, I'll see you all in the next one.